Hi everybody, my name is Chris Carey and welcome to the Hypnos family. And I'm really excited today. I got a plant. Look guys, I got a plant. It's in the picture. It's flowering. I'm very excited. It's flowering. So yeah, things are going well. I know I'm a dork. Okay, let's not judge me for that. I've got life in the room. Okay, so loneliness. Yes, get yourself some plants, by the way, if you're lonely, because the oxygen is going to help your mind and help everything about you. And if you can't bring plants into your house because you're a terrible plant caretaker, then go outside. Go outside and get oxygen, get air, get nature, get it all up into you. So we're going to talk about how loneliness can make you sick. It could keep you sick. It may not even start that way. You might get sick and then become lonely and then get sicker or whatever the case. However, the act of loneliness, the way your brain thinks, the way your brain gets stuck in loneliness, it triggers a domino effect in your body. And so you may think that, oh, I just accidentally got sick, but oftentimes you get sick because of your mindset. So example, when I first got multiple sclerosis, I was diagnosed and then I was okay. I was just having seizures when I got diagnosed. Sorry, this is hard to go back to, but I was just having seizures when I was first diagnosed. And then right after, they put me on some medications and I started to become paralyzed. I started to become blind, and oh, wow, what bad shit started happening to me. And I thought I lost everything. So anyways, I sunk into a super huge depression, as anybody would who loses their legs, their body, and their eyesight all at one time. You kind of sink low. And I did. And I did. And I was having seizures and my brain kept shutting down, and they would just apply more and more medications onto me, and I just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And all that self-hate just stuck in, and I kept getting worse. I didn't try, guys. And so I started into that loneliness cycle, right? And so the secret to getting out of it, the secret to not letting it cause illness, because by the way, if you sit in depression, you can get Alzheimer's, you can get a myriad of different illnesses that will present in you because your brain, this bad boy up here, is trying to help you. And it's trying to help you by giving you what you want. And so if you're constantly giving it negative information, if you're constantly saying, I can't, I won't, I'm sick, I'm tired, this is killing me, life is hard, it's killing me, anything like that, all these negative things, your brain's hearing it, it's remembering it, and it's trying to give you the life you ask for. So if you're saying, I'm exhausted, I hate my work, it's killing me, well, your brain is going to give you a break because it doesn't want you to die. So it's going to make you sick so that you can get some time off from that work so that you're going to be okay. And I know that's not what you meant and that's not what you wanted, but guess what? Karma's a bitch, and that's what happens. That's what happens, right? What you put out comes back. It comes back to you, and it comes back tenfold. So the universe is conspiring to make things good for you, right? But your negativity, your negative frame of mind, all of that stuff, it's holding you in place. And nobody wants to be held in place. So start talking to people. If you're lonely, if you feel like, you've got no friends or nobody's going to like you, well, put yourself out there. Because like I said in the past video, there's no freaking way on the planet that nobody likes you. There's no way. There's too many people on this planet right now that you can't say every single person on this planet doesn't like me. I venture the answer to that is you don't like you. And that's why everybody else is feeding negatively off you. So start loving yourself. Start putting yourself out there, Start realizing that you're amazing, that you can be a superhero, and that everything is available to you too, right? It's all available to you, to everyone, Anybody who reaches for it, anybody who doesn't give up is going to find happiness. They're going to find friendship. They're going to find love. It's those who dwell in the negativity that don't find it, right? So I know it's hard. You say, okay, but I can't. It's hard to get out by myself. I get it. You know what? I do it all the time now. I don't care. I don't freaking care. I even go to dinner by myself in a fancy restaurant all dressed up. I don't care because I know I rock and I love being with myself now. But I couldn't do that, 10 years ago. So what you need to start doing is, first, there are 2 steps really. The first one is to start talking to people. So by talking to people, I mean like the waitress, the bartender, the bus driver, everyone. Start saying hello, start interjecting. If you're in a bookstore and somebody asks you a question about the book you're reading, or you want to know about somebody's book that they're reading, ask questions. If they say, is that a good book? You say, yeah, here's what I learned from it, or here's what I want to learn from it. Here's what I'm doing in my life. What interests you about this? And guess what? You've just opened up a whole freaking conversation right there, and you have a potential to make a brand new friend. So why wouldn't you do that, right? Because it's all a choice. Loneliness is a choice, guys. You choose to sit at home. You choose to have self-hate. You choose to have self-doubt. You choose to think that people aren't going to love you. But you're lovable. Everybody's lovable. Everybody has something that is perfect about them in someone else's eyes, right? And so what if 90% of the people out there don't like you? Who freaking cares? Because you know what? 90% of the people out there don't even like me, and I freaking rock. So it happens. Everybody is not meant to love you, right? Not everybody. Not everybody is meant to get along with me or love my personality. People probably think I'm arrogant, but you know what? I don't care, because 10 years ago, 5 years ago, I was a shell. I was depressed. I hated myself. I was angry. I'm not anymore, because I changed my mindset. I put myself out there. I started saying hi to people. In fact, when my mom was in the hospital, I was in an exceptionally low and depressed state. And what I did is I went to that hospital, and when I asked for my mother's room number, I saw that the nurse behind the desk was feeling heavy. And I said, you know what? It's a really hard day for me. Do you mind if I give you a hug? And she was so eager to embrace me. She did. She gave me the biggest loving hug. And then when she did that, her colleague next to her said, you know what? I haven't been hugged yet either. And she came and gave me a hug. And next thing I know, there was 5 other people behind them lining up for hugs. I didn't even know them, but I knew that day I needed a hug. And because I asked for it, because I said, you know what? Do you mind? I think we all can need a little embrace. They fed me with everything I needed, because I reached out for it, you guys. I reached out for it. Had I not reached out for it, they would have never known. I would have gone upstairs and I would have been miserable. But instead I went upstairs and I was vibrating differently, and I was able to laugh. I was able to laugh. I was able to smile instead of cry, So it's you, guys. You gotta take the step to move forward. You gotta put yourself out there. You gotta start sharing about yourself, So if I ask you how your day is going, so you know what? It's terrific, because I'm heading over there today and I'm really looking forward to it. You've just opened up a conversation. Don't just say it was fine. Because when you say one-word answers, when you close people off like that, you're limiting yourself. You're making a choice. You're choosing to stay like a grumpy jerk, to feel like the world hates you, and it doesn't. That's you hating you. So it's time to stop. It's time to stop that part, And so again, the 2 steps, all you need to do is start talking to people. And step 2, share things about yourself. And yeah, the first few times this may not go smoothly, but you know what? 1 out of 5. Play the odds. 1 out of 5 will hear you. 1 out of 5 will love you. 1 out of 5, guys. Just keep trying. Just keep talking to people. You're going to make friends, because there's somebody out there for everybody. There's a group of people who are ready to embrace you, They're just waiting for you to find them. And so it's up to you to get out of that loneliness. And I know that's the hardest thing to do, but don't let it make you sick, guys. Don't let it make you sick. Don't let it drag you down. Don't let it make you the most grumpy people at the old folks home when you get old. Don't. You have a choice. Just like I had a choice. I didn't have to stay miserable. I didn't have to stay in self-hate. I didn't have to stay sick. And so even though I suffered for 20 years, and I want to cry, but 20 years of serious wasting time being sick, I'm not anymore. So reach out, guys, and don't waste 20 years